What type of green energy does Bulgaria subsidize at this point, and where do you see the largest growth and investment opportunities for foreign investors?
We subsidize all types of green energy. We have a lot of wind farms, we have a lot of photovoltaic projects, we have biomass projects, we have water projects, hydro dams, small dams. We at this stage stimulate mostly renewable energy from biomass and from water, because biomass, for example, creates a lot of jobs and it creates an added value. We're not so fond of large investments in photovoltaics and wind farms anymore, because as I told you, we have almost reached our target until 2020, so we need to slow things down. And we're not producers of any of the components for photovoltaics or for wind, so this is actually not stimulating our economy. On the opposite, it is increasing the energy prices, which threatens the competitiveness of the companies in Bulgaria.
Could you also tell us about the potential of the tourism industry in your country?
Tourism has been developing very well in the last more than 10 years. And even in the periods of economic recession in 2009, 2010, tourism in Bulgaria kept growing. We increased the number of tourists with 5 to 10% every year. For this year, we are expecting an increase of, I'm hoping for more than 10%. We'll still have to wait and see, but the first signs show that we have significant increase in some of our major markets. For example, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus. Tourists from these countries increase with more than 30% on average, together with growing interest from our traditional markets like Germany, for example, where the increase would be above 5%. This would, in general, increase the number of tourists with more than 10%. And it is a large sector in Bulgaria because it provides about 12% of the GDP.
What is your main ambition as the minister here? What are your goals? And what is your vision for this year?
We stimulate investments in Bulgaria really actively. We are changing, as I told you, the law for encouraging investments. For example, one new thing in the law would be that all the investors that are certified as Class A, so all investors above 10 million euro, they would have a personal project manager on the side of the Bulgarian Invest Bulgaria agency. And this personal project manager would not only see that this investor comes to Bulgaria, but it would walk with that investor through all the administrations until the investment project is completed, until the company starts operating in Bulgaria. And the main goal of this personal project manager would be to fight bureaucracy in a way, because I cannot hide that as in many other countries in Bulgaria, in some cases there are bureaucratic procedures that scare investors in a way. And this is very well accepted by all the foreign companies that I have talked to. And I think that this would be very successful. This initiative would be very successful. It would give additional courage, and it would be an additional motive for a company to invest in Bulgaria, knowing that the state would take care of all the bureaucratic procedures. And I'm not talking only about the government administration, the ministries. I'm also talking about the local administration, the municipalities, and the council ministers.
The president visited the U.S. to celebrate the U.S.-Bulgarian relationships. From your seat, what is currently your link with the U.S. and what would you like the US to be in Bulgaria?
My personal link is that I graduated in the US. I graduated from Wesleyan University, but I would hope that we attract more investments here in Bulgaria. I think that we have very good grounds for this. For example, if ExxonMobil is successful in their application for the exploration of the deep Black Sea, they would invest at least 500 million euro in the exploration phase. So it is impossible to stimulate the development of the relationship so that we attract investments in the production area or in the services area, because so far the investments we have seen from the US are investments in the energy sector. For example, we have one large coal power plant that was built and is operated in Bulgaria by AES. And we also have investments in the renewable energy sector. But we lack real investments in the production area or in the services area. Actually, in the services area, we have already attracted some US companies with call centers here in Bulgaria. For example, HP, I think the largest call center in Europe HP is in Bulgaria, which has hired more than 1,500 people. So I think that call centers could be something that US companies can benefit from, call centers in Bulgaria.
What would be your message?
And also centers for shared services. For example, I have certified one investment this year for shared services center providing accountancy and other services to companies worldwide. So this is another area that could be used. We have good IT specialists as well. We have some Bulgarian companies that are very successful worldwide in the IT sector. So these are the areas that we would support and we would like to see investments in.